Fine, good morning to you all students. Hi students, how are you? I hope you all are fine and you all are doing well. I hope by God's grace you all are safe. So warm greetings to you all students. Welcome to our today's online class. So this period is computer science for you. Okay students. So now we are studying about chapter 6. So what's the title of your chapter students? Specification and abstraction. Okay. So today we are going to study about what do you mean by specification. Already have studied about just introduction what do you mean by specification, isn't it? So now we are going to study detailed about this specification. Okay. So what do you mean by specification means actually so Max you might have seen lot of problems, isn't it? Likewise, so if you are giving some problem, first in specification means you should state the problem clearly first. Okay, Max, you what you will do? First, you will read the question, then you will put the heading as solution, then you will write the problem, isn't it? So as much you can, you will short it and write, isn't it? Same way, specification mean first you need, for example, you are studying on big paragraph question. Okay, so that big paragraph you are feeling very tough to study. So first you will understood the concept, then you will short the paragraph based on your understanding. You will short the paragraph, isn't it? Likewise, specification means if a problem is there, mean first you need to understand the problem thoroughly. Okay, then after that you should state the problem. What's the use of the problem, or what's the working of this one? Then after stating that one, you should define that one very short manner. Okay, first you need to define the problem in very clear manner. Next you should define in a very short manner. Okay, so next thing, so you should give the so like a max. So max what you will do? First you will write the problem, then you will put the heading solution. Then what's the next step you will do? You will write the given. Isn't it? What are the given things? Given numbers you will write. Same way here also after defining the problem in a very short manner, you need to write the given input. Okay, so what for example in a max you will write no a equal to some value, b equal to some value. What are the given values in the problem you will write. Same way in this problem in specification mean you need to define the what are the inputs of the particular problem. Okay, next you need to define what's the expected output or what's the desired output. Okay, max also for example some questions they will ask prove that, so you know this is the answer at first itself because in the question itself they ask prove that. Same way, so first you need to define the problem, then you should define the problem with the input, then you should define the given output or what's the expected output. Okay, next first you have defined the problem in a very short manner and also very clearly you need to define then you need to define what's the or describe what's the input and also what's the expected output. Okay, next what you need to define mean so what are the properties of the input. Okay, and also what are the properties of the output. Okay, next what you should define, first you define the properties of the input, then you should define the properties of the output. Okay, but what's the main aim of this algorithm mean at last you need to define relation between what's the input and output. Okay, so what's the main goal of this algorithm? You should define the relation between the input and the desired output. Okay, understood what I mean by specification? So if you are going to solve the problem means first you need to define or describe the problem in a very short and easier manner. Okay, so next you should define and you should describe what are the given inputs and what's the expected output. Okay, then you should define the properties of the input and also properties of the output. Okay, what's the main aim of this algorithm means at last you need to prove the relation between the input and the output. So understood students? Okay. See that only they are giving in the block diagram. See this is the algorithm or problem. Okay, so in the algorithm you are giving some inputs. Okay. So based on this input you will get desired output. So that only already have studied no. So you should first you should define the algorithm, then inputs you need to define, then expected output. Okay, so listen carefully. So inputs, so always you will pass the inputs to some variables. For example, max you will give a equal to 5 or b equal to 10 like that. So that and all we can say as a input variables. Likewise, in this algorithm also you will give always you will give the inputs by means of some variables. Okay, before starting of this algorithm. For example, max you will do some problem. For example, adding two numbers. I am giving the values a equal to 5, b equal to 10. So before you are going to add, what's the value of a? 5. What's the value of b? 10. Okay. At final what you will get? 10 plus 5 you will get as answer 15. Okay. So at initial, at the starting, what values you are passing, that is called initial value or initial state. Okay, so at the starting or first before passing into the algorithm, you are passing some value that is called initial state or initial value. Okay, then after doing all the calculations, after computing all this algorithm, you will get some value that is called which one? Final state. Understood, students? First you need to pass some values through the algorithm. That initial state value is called what? Initial state, and after completing the algorithm you will get some value that is called what? Final state. Understood? Okay. Now you are going to define specification problem. Okay. So for that, first you are already have studied. First you need to define the algorithm. Then you need to define the input. Then you need to define the output. Then relation between input and output. Isn't it? Then for that, first you are defining the variable. P is the input of the particular thing. Okay. So P is the required property of input. Already you have studied. So first you should define the input and output. Next you need to define the property. What's the property of the input and output? Okay. So to define the property of the input, you are defining a variable called what? P. Okay. So to define the property of the input, you will define a variable called what? P. Okay. And also at the same time, you need to define the or describe the property or expected output. So that output property is described by the variable what? Q, capital letter Q. Okay, students. So P represents the design property of input and Q represents the design property of the output. So understood all of you? So now you are going to write the specification of the algorithm. Okay. So that specification is described by the word or a variable S. Okay, the specification algorithm is defined by the variable what? Yes. Okay, students. So once again, so you should define the input property as well as you should define the expected output property. So that input property you are given by the variable P and the output property you are given by the variable Q. Okay, so now you are going to write the specification of the algorithm. So that specification of the algorithm is defined by the variable S. Okay, students. So this is the specification format. So likewise they will give lot of problems. You should listen carefully. Okay, students. So first, if you are going to write the specification problem or specification algorithm, this is the first step. First, you should write the name of the algorithm. Okay, students. First, you should write the name, that is algorithm name. Then, for example, take you are going to add two numbers. So you can give the name such as, for example, adding means sum you can give. Okay, so what name you are giving, that name you should write at the first line. Then you should give some inputs. Okay, you should give some inputs. For example, adding two numbers means what are the inputs? A comma B. Like that you need to give. Okay, first you should define the algorithm name. Then inside that, near to the algorithm, you should define the how many inputs required for the algorithm or how many inputs need for the algorithm. Okay, students. Then what's the next thing means you should define the property of the input. Okay, so already you have defined the property of the input by the variable P, and the next you should define the property of the output. Okay, so the property of the output is given by the variable Q. So that only they are giving inputs, the property is P and the output property is Q. So this input and output you should represent with the double dash line. Okay, so before you are going to write the input property and the output property, you should write with starting with what? This double dash line. Okay, so what's the name of this line means comments line. Okay, student, what's the name of this line? Comments line. So understood, students? So first you need to write the specification algorithm means, okay, what are things you need to do? First you need to define the name of the algorithm. Then you should give the inputs. So how many input variables you are given. Then you should define the property of the input. Then you should define the property of the output. So input property and output property starts with which one? Double dash line. Okay. So this double dash line we are calling as an what? Command line. Okay, so listen carefully. So common means nothing but, okay, so in the program or anything, if you are giving this double dash line or something, command line means, so that line will not taken by the computer to run the program, or compiler will not, just that and all you will study later. Okay, so that they will give only for your understanding purpose. For example, in English, if you are taking means English poem, you will study. So some lines you will not get understood. So sometimes if you are not understanding particular line, what you will do? So you will write what's the meaning of that line. Near to the line, you will write the meaning of that line with a pen or pencil. That's the common. Same thing if you are writing some algorithm or writing some programs or anything. So you should, if any lines you are giving with this double dash or any symbol, that line we are calling as an which one? Command line. Okay, so what's the meaning of this command line? Means only that line they are giving for the human understanding purpose, not for the not for taken by the computer. Okay, only those lines they are giving for what? Human understanding alone, not for the execution of the program. Okay, students, so not only this one program, so whatever language you are using, maybe it's a C, C++, Java, whatever maybe, so each and every programming language, this commands line will be there. Okay, so some before starting of that program or in between the program, they will give some line as a command line. What's the meaning of that one? Means, so this is the meaning of this line, that like they are giving, that is only for the human understanding purpose. Okay, so if you are taking this algorithm, we should use this double dash or this line, single dash. Okay, in C++ you should use this double slash. Okay, so in C++ you should use which symbol? Double slash to represent the command line. Understood, students? Okay. So now you are going to study one problem or specification algorithm. Okay. So what's the algorithm means? You are going to divide two numbers. Okay, you are going to divide two numbers. So after dividing two numbers, you will get quotient as well as a remainder. Isn't it or not? Okay, so in this problem, you are going to find dividing two numbers and you will write the quotient, what's the quotient and what's the remainder. Okay, so already you have studied. First you need to name the algorithm, then variables inside, isn't it? So always you should first take the input by a variable. Okay, so they are taking two input here. Listen carefully. First, they are named the algorithm is divide. Okay, what name they are giving? Divide. Okay, so then inputs always you should give us a by means of variables. So they are taking the two inputs as A and B. Okay, so what are the numbers you are passing inside? What's the name of the algorithm here? Divide. So inside this algorithm you should pass the inputs. So the inputs are passed by means of what? Values of variables. So what are the two variables they are giving? Means A and B. Okay, so what are the two variables they are giving? A and B. Okay, so what's the value of A now, students? What's the value of A? 22. What's the value of B? 5. Okay, so after dividing 22 divided by 5. So what? So next, what's the question? You need to find the quotient as well as a remainder, isn't it? So the answer you will get. Okay, so divide 25 divided by, so 4 you will get as a quotient and 2 you will get as a remainder. Okay, so this input you have defined by means of variables. Same way output also you should define by means of variables. Okay, so for defining this or describing this output, they are taking two variables. What are the variables? Means Q and R. Okay, what are the two variables? Q and R. What's the meaning of Q? Means quotient. So what's the meaning of R? Means remainder. Okay, students. So already you are taking two input variables. So that variables are A and B. So after dividing, what are the values you are passing to this variable? After dividing this one, you will get some answer. That is a quotient as well as a remainder. So that what we are calling as a output. So do you represent this output? You are using two variables. What are they? Q and R. Okay, so Q and R are the output variables. So Q represents quotient, R represents a remainder. So A and B is the input variable. Q and R are the output variables. So according to the specification algorithm, first you need to define the name of the algorithm. So name of the algorithm you have defined, what? Divide. Next you need to identify the input. So what are the inputs? A and B. Next you need to identify the outputs. What are the outputs? Q and R. Okay. So what's the next step? So you should define the properties of the input. Okay. So what's the next step, students? You should define the properties of the input. Okay. So what are the two inputs you have? A and B. So what's the property means? So what do you mean by property means? This will be like this. Okay, just like a rules. So here, what's the first property they are giving mean? So A should be an integer. So what do you mean by integer means? Nothing but numbers. Okay, so if you are giving two numbers means only you can able to divide. So instead of giving two numbers, if you are giving two letters, whether you can divide? No. So what's the first property means? The A. The input variable A should be an integer. Okay, then so second property they are giving. So what remainder you are getting? Okay, that is the integer division. For example, if you are dividing 25 by 4 means you can write quotient as 4 and remainder as 2. So likewise, the remainder you are getting, that is a meaningful sum numbers. Okay, so next one, if we if we need to get the sum proper numbers or proper answer, they are giving the next condition. So the second variable dividing, no, dividend will not be a 0. If anything divided by 0 means you can give the answer as infinity. So you cannot able to find the quotient and remainder. So only they are giving. So dividend, that is B should not be a 0. So 0 is not allowed. Understood? So what's the first step? First you need to name the algorithm. Then you need to identify the two inputs variables. Then you have identified the output variable. Then you need to define properties of the input as well as properties of the output. So what's the property of input, students? So what are the value you are taking? That should be a number, that's an integer. Then what remainder you are getting? That remainder should be a meaningful number. So if next, so what's the number you are going to divide? That dividend will not be a 0. If the dividend will be a 0 means the answer you will get infinity. So the condition you are giving, B should not be 0. Understood, students? Okay. So next you are going to write this one with in the algorithm. Okay. So first you will what's the name of the algorithm that inputs. Next you need to write the input property. So the properties of the input and outputs you should write with this symbol. What's this symbol, students? Command lines, double dash or single dash. Okay, so I am going to write the property of the input. Okay, so input, what's the property of the input, students? This with the command line starting input. So what's the property I said? A is an integer. What's the second property? The value B will not be 0. So B not equal to 0. Understood? What's the property? A, the value A is a number, that is A is an integer, and B, what is the value you are going to divide? That value will not be 0. So B not equal to 0. So next thing, so you are going to find the relation between this input and output. Okay, students, you are going to find the relation between input and output. Okay, so what's the relation between this input and output? That is, what's the relation between quotient and remainder? Okay, so this just like a formula you need to study. Okay, so listen, A equal, that is quotient into B plus R. So if you are substituting the values here means you will get the same answer. Okay, for example, the value of A is 22 means, so quotient 4 into 5, 20 plus 2 you will get. So the answer is 22. Both the sides you will get the same answer. Just like a formula you need to study. Okay, then you are going to define the output property. Input property already has defined. What are they? A should be an integer and the value of B will not be a 0. Next, you are going to find the input and output relation. That already have find it, isn't it? A equal to Q into B plus R. Then you are going to define the property of the output. Okay, so what's the property you are giving means the remainder or should be less than divisor. Then only you can divide, isn't it? So the remainder always you are getting, no, that is a. So what's the decide property of the output you need to write? So the output means the remainder what you are getting, no, that should not be less than divisor. That means what you will divide, no, that value should not be less than the divisor. That means, so the second variable, for example 22 comma 5. So what's the second variable? B. So that should not be less than the remainder what you are getting. So that only you are giving 0 less than or equal to B, remainder less than B. Okay, so all combining all these inputs and output, this relation, you are going to, what's the final step? You need to find the decide input and output relation. Okay, so you can jointly, you can write this two relation, you can jointly write. So what's the relation of output? Q into B plus R, as well as what is this one? 0 less than or equal to R and less than B. So understood, students? Okay, then so already I said, so if you are specifying any input means that inputs always starts with which line, students? Command line, this one. Then output also you are going to write mean that also it start with which one, students? This command line. That means input relation or property of the input, property of the output, as well as input and output relation you should write. Means always it will start with which one, students? This command line. So what are the 3 steps you need to follow to write the specification algorithm? First you need to name the algorithm, then input variables you need to pass, then property of the input and property of the output. Okay, property of the input you should write with the command line, property of the output also you should write with the command line. Okay, so what's the name of the algorithm? Divide. What are the input variables? A comma B. So what's the next one? Property of the input. What's the property of input, students? A is an integer and the value of B will not be equal to 0. Then what's the property of the output? Already you have studied input and output relation. What is that one? Quotient into B plus or and 0 less than or equal to B and less than. Understood? This is the specific format for writing specification algorithm. Okay, so that only they are giving. See, so what's the specification format for writing algorithm? First you should, that same already has done the same. So first you need to define the algorithm, name of the algorithm. Okay, next you need to define the input. So name of the algorithm is followed by the input. Then you should define the property of the input. Then next you should define the input and already you studied, no, input and output relation. So always the input will be write with the command line, as well as output also you need to write with the command line, but normal understanding, human understanding language you should write. Okay, students, so today you have studied specification. So introduction about specification, specification algorithm, how, what's the format for writing specification algorithm. Okay, so please just read it how you need to, because from this they will ask the problems. Okay, students, thank you. Study well, take care, well, thank you.